How's everyone doing? Today I got an awesome studio mail day, a bunch of Blu-rays and DVDs. Here you go right here, very nice stack. And normally I don't like to do these videos until I've seen all of them so I can do a more in-depth review for each one of them while I go through them. But you know, I got such a big stack right here, I figured I'll just show you what I got. This is all today, and a bunch of awesome titles, a bunch of ones that I'm looking forward to seeing. There's only a couple that I've actually seen in here, so if you've seen any of these ones, definitely let me know what you think of them. And the majority of these titles are actually horror movies as well, so horror is my favorite genre, so definitely a lot to look forward to. And first up from MPI Media Group is Kill List. This is an IFC film right there, IFC Midnight, and I've heard a lot of great things about this. I have checked this out, and I'm going to do a whole separate review for this one. This has a lot of hype and buzz around it. For me, this is more of a crime thriller. A lot of people are classifying it as a horror movie. I don't really see it as a horror movie. It has horror elements in it, but for me, it's more of a crime thriller. But then again, there's a big gray area for what constitutes horror. There's, you know, it's not always just straightforward horror. A lot of people considered I Saw the Devil to be a horror movie, which I don't think was a horror movie at all. Definitely a crime thriller. And people consider the Adam Green film Frozen to be a horror movie as well, which I don't think it's a horror movie at all. That's like saying The Grey was a horror movie, or Alive with Ethan Hawke is a horror movie. No, it's a survival movie. Definitely not a horror movie. A thriller, survival thriller. But anyways, I digress. Kill List, very engaging film. It's basically hitmen versus satanic cult, essentially, but very well done, very well made, but it has an ending that doesn't explain everything. I think that's going to annoy some people, but other people, I think they'll be able to appreciate it, and you know, if they're not bothered by everything not being explained, I think they could definitely enjoy this one, and enjoy it more than people that are looking for everything to be explained. But excellent cast, excellent acting, very engaging. It definitely has a Wicker Man feel to this movie, and at the end of the movie, there's a scene that kind of reminds me of another kind of disturbing movie. I'm not going to, you know, say which one because it might give away too much, but the satanic cult part kind of reminds me of the Wicker Man parts where, you know, they're all wearing certain things and kind of uniform, and then they have the different mask things that they put on. Very earthy and raw. And I like how at the end of the movie they're all around and they're not saying anything. It's just a really creepy vibe, definitely very effective. And again, I'm going to do a whole separate review for this one because I think this one definitely deserves it. And next up from MPI Media Group is the Heineken Kidnapping, starring Rutger Hauer right there. And to me, Rutger Hauer actually looks like Paul Newman a little bit right there on the front cover. A little bit right there. On the back, not so much. I haven't seen this one yet, but I guess it's based on a true life story of Freddie Heineken, who I guess was kidnapped. He was the Heineken beer guy, you know, the multi-million-dollar beer company right there. So very cool. I guess, you know, he was kidnapped, and I guess those might be the kidnappers down there. I'm not sure, but looks interesting, and I like Rutger Hauer as an actor, so looking forward to checking this one out. And I guess it's based on true life events. I'm not 100% sure if, you know, if some things were fabricated or exaggerated, but looks interesting. And the rest of these Blu-rays right here are from Legend Films. And first up is a double feature, Ray Harryhausen double feature, She and H.G. Wells' Things to Come. Now, I haven't seen either one of these. They're sci-fi classics. I'm definitely looking forward to checking them out. It has some commentary from Ray Harryhausen as well, so very cool. I love good sci-fi films, so looking forward to checking these ones out. They're ones that I've actually always wanted to see, and now I can watch them. And next up is a horror double feature right here, The Man Who Cheated Death and The Skull. It's basically a Christopher Lee double feature right here. The Skull has Peter Cushing as well. Some classic actors right there, some classic Hammer horror films. Very cool, nice double feature. And next up is Student Bodies and Jekyll and Hyde Together Again. I haven't seen Jekyll and Hyde Together Again, but I have seen Student Bodies. It's kind of one of the first scary movie kind of parody slashers. There's a high school parody slasher kind of movie. The first part is my favorite part of the movie. When they're in the house, kind of reminds you of Halloween. That was my favorite part of the movie. The rest of it, when they're in the school and everything, it's just, some of it was just too hokey and campy and over the top. It's just a little too much for me. I didn't really love it, but I'm going to give it another chance. I'm going to watch it again. It's been a while since I've seen it. And Jekyll and Hyde Together Again looks really campy and cheesy right there. So looking forward to checking that one out. And next up is the original Little Shop of Horrors right there in color and in black and white, which I appreciate that Legend Film does that. They have a restored black and white version along with the colored version. And usually I'm a fan of it just being in black and white, you know, how it was originally shot. But it's kind of interesting, kind of a neat novelty to see what it looks like in color as well. There's a young Jack Nicholson right there. So very cool. And next up is an Ed Wood film, Plan 9 from Outer Space in color, and again has the restored black and white version as well. Very cool, you know, campy, cheesy classic right there. Looking forward to checking this out in restored black and white, and you know, I'll check out the color version as well. And I like that, you know, like I said before, I like how Legend has both options on there. Sometimes it's interesting to see what, you know, it would look like with the color. And next up are the DVDs right here. And from E1 is Juan of the Dead. Absolutely hilarious. This is going to be a cult classic in my opinion. Obviously the title is a take on Shaun of the Dead, but it's Juan of the Dead. It's basically zombies attacking Cuba, and I'm going to do a whole separate movie review for this one because this one definitely deserves it. Absolutely love this one. If you get a chance, this is worth a blind buy in my opinion. Just hilarious. Some cool effects and stuff as well. Just a really fun time. Absolutely. You know, another thing I appreciate about this is the social and political commentary as well. A lot of political and social commentary, satire, parodies, a lot of stuff over there in Cuba, and I just really appreciate that, and I thought that was a lot of fun. And there's lots of little jokes hidden throughout as well with the cow reference and just a bunch of different things. And you know, there he is right there with the paddle, and they're going to talk about swimming over to Miami and things like that. And very entertaining, lots of fun. And next up is Devil's Sea, which looks to be a possession movie. Haven't seen this one yet. The trailers looked intriguing. So I guess a girl moves into a house and she becomes possessed, and lots of creepy stuff. I think there's a spider walk scene, kind of an homage to The Exorcist right there. And next up, a girl walks into the bar. Haven't seen this one before. Great cast though. You have Danny DeVito, Rosario Dawson, Josh Hartnett, which I'm not a huge fan of Josh Hartnett, but he's been in some entertaining stuff. 30 Days of Night, one of my all-time favorite vampire movies. Top 5 for me probably. Very enjoyable. Love that movie. And this one, it looks like a robbery movie. It's a heist movie. Very interesting. Lounges, strip clubs, and bars. Nudist ping pong. Intriguing. And it looks like a great cast as well, so can't wait to check that one out. And next up is The Deadly Bees from 1967. This is one that I've always wanted to see. I love killer bug movies and stuff like that. Them, the 1958 or 56, one of the two. Classic killer ants movies. Love that. Earth vs. the Spider. Love that one. Just tons of ones. There's a movie called Creepy Crawlers as well, which is... I'm not sure how long ago it was, but it's semi-recent. That was a really entertaining one too. So I love those kinds of ones. And Infestation, kind of a... mutant killer bug movie too. Great horror comedy movie. But Deadly Bees, always want to check this one out. And yeah, I guess it's an attack of some bees essentially. So can't wait to check that out. And next up is Phase 4, another one that's a little bit older, from 74. One I've always wanted to check out. I guess it's Killer Ants. Pretty straightforward from what I've seen from the trailers. And one I've always wanted to check out again. Love those killer bug movies. So there you go. There's my studio mail day. A pretty hefty mail day right there. I believe it was 12 titles total. And if you've seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them. Leave me a comment or video response down below. Hope everyone's doing well. Take care.